Florida, a car crashes into a pole. It happened earlier this evening about 7:15. You can see the damage caused from the pole from that impact. Consumers Energy says they're going to need to replace the pole, and when they do, there could be widespread power outages as a result. Continuing coverage right now on the water crisis. A new court filing today by the state regarding water delivery orders in the city of Flint. The state now argues water delivery should not be required due to recent tests that show Flint water is complying with federal standards for lead levels. Back in November, a federal judge ruled that the state must deliver bottled water to residents who don't have a working filter. Since that time, the state has been trying to get the order set aside by an appeals court. The Natural Resources Defense Council says this is just a game of delay tactics. Well, the lack of grocery stores on Flint's north side has long been a problem for residents since major stores like Meijer and Kroger left the area. But changes are now on the way. Cherise Thompson is here now with a look at how a task force is helping bring more grocery stores to the city, stores that will offer affordable, healthy food in light of the city's lead water crisis.
Well, Bill, the Flint Economic Recovery Task Force announced today it plans to bring 2 full-service grocery stores to the north side so residents have access to healthier food options. Now, the effort is called the Grocery Stores Initiative, but is facing both support and opposition. Marco Turtle started on the north side when he was 17 years old.
41 years ago, we started Landmark, and we've been here ever since.
He says his grocery store on Pearson Road is a staple in this neighborhood.
We have a store that caters to the community.
There are 3 more grocery stores on Flint's north side. Still,
Hi, have fun with Cherise on the ankle.
Would you describe this part of Flint as a food desert?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
That's why the Flint Economic Recovery Task Force is working with several companies to open 2 new grocery stores in North Flint.
That there are neighborhoods that are severely underserved in terms of their access to grocery stores.
One on North Saginaw and Hamilton.
At a second location here at Clio and Pearson.
The task force says there's a lack of grocery stores in North Flint, making it more difficult for people to get access to healthier food options, which are vital to mitigating the effects of lead exposure.
For groceries, shoot, you probably have to catch the bus to go somewhere and you gotta have food to survive.
There were plans to bring a national store to town, but the group determined local grocers will better serve the community.
What Flint needs to do is invest in grocers that's been here.
Mark frowns on the idea. He says there's already enough locally owned grocery stores in North Flint.
The city was good and prosperous, and when the city went down and when people left, we're still here.
And Bill, the new stores are expected to bring in $4 million to the city of Flint and create local jobs.
That's a sizable chunk of cash. State and local dollars also involved in funding this project. The big question now, what's the timeline? When are these stores going to open?
Well, the task force is hoping to have construction as early as next spring. So looking good news for the city of Flint for those residents who say, really, it's kind of long overdue.
Good news indeed. Thank you, Cherise. Well, at a time when it's needed the most, a Northern Michigan food pantry is closing its doors. FOX66's Dave Bondi joining us now to explain how the extreme cold is playing a role in all of this.
Well, the president of the Together We Can Food Pantry in Oscoda County says the cold is causing the closure of this pantry and they can't afford the heating system needed to keep it open. The pantry will officially close in a few days and won't reopen until March. The pantry has been open since 2001 but has never closed before. Volunteers say that in the past the winters have been less severe and they were able to get by with using electric heaters, but they say this winter is too much and that cold could freeze and their food reserves.
Now, these people can't afford food, especially the seniors, their own income. And my heart goes out to them.
Well, about 230 local families rely on that pantry for food.
David, in that video we just saw, there's still food on the shelves. What's going to happen to all that food?
Well, that's why they're getting out the word now. Unfortunately, they do have to close, but they want everyone to know so that food that they have there cannot go to waste. They're hoping just to get it out there to people who need it now.
Get it out before it spoils.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Well, everyone feels rushed this time of year, but mail carriers in Frankenmuth are especially busy.
With the fresh snowfall,
it's out there for them.
Still ahead on Fox 66 News at 10 tonight, consumer reporter Jennifer Prophet explains your cutoff day for getting your packages mailed and delivered by Christmas Day.
Everyone needs to be a little bit cautious of, it does throw up some red flags. It has to be both intrigued and a bit troubled.
Federal lawmakers now voicing their opinions over Donald Trump's pick for a top diplomat spot. Why some say his appointment is concerning. That story coming up after the break. And a little bit later on tonight, some kids in Midland are shocked when they get a phone call and found out Santa Claus was on the other end. We listen in on some of their conversations to learn whether they were naughty or nice